Elegant, durable, performance-based, and good for your health. Dr.Ion wants to welcome you to their retail family. Now, what is Dr.Ion? We have natural silicones. You find this, doctors using it in plastic surgery everywhere. Now that stone is releasing anions, negative ions. Now, negative ions are created when an oxygen atom has an extra electron. That is proven by scientists to be, one, good for your health. We take it in naturally in the air we breathe, in the bloodstream that it sits on, and on top of being not only good for your health, it's good for your mind. The majority of similar products on the market, they're made out of cheap rubber, having high-paid athletes be their sponsors and announcing this is how many negative ions they give out. A consumers' rights group in Australia proved that Power Balance wasn't emitting as many negative ions as they claimed to. When compared to the other brands, Dr.Ion consistently produces more negative ions test after test. Now, when it comes to the silicone and rubber that the other brands use, it's not as high quality. When it comes to the holograms that they praise to them, it's not actual. With Dr.Ion, you have a product that actually contains negative ions, unlike a cheap hologram that's placed in unclean rubber. The Dr.Ion bracelet, it comes in many colors, and what makes consumers value it so much? The way customers talk about it. So as a retailer in your store, be sure to have one on. You have one on your wrist, a customer comes up and asks you, what's that on your wrist? And you can explain the negative ions are charging your body in through the bloodstream. The major arteries are access points to your body. These bracelets, they fit comfortably on your skin. You wear them for hours at a time. You can sleep with them on. It's your choice. They're fashionable. Everyone has a plastic bracelet on. What I find most amazing about the Dr.Ion product line is they consistently deliver results. Up to 100 times more negative ions than any other product on the market. Phyton, EFX, Power Balance, they can't compare. When I wear this, I find it's easier to sleep and I feel more successful. Welcome back to the Dr.Ion family. Let us compare what similar products are on the market and what they're actually admitting. Here we have an ion tester, and I'm going to take an EFX bracelet. The clicking is it's registering negative ions. These negative ion readings take about 30 seconds, and what it's doing is it's physically measuring the amount of negative ions within each one of these bracelets. We're going to go through all the major products that are out there, ending with ours, Dr.Ion. Now, as you can hear, there isn't very much beeping coming from the ion tester, and that's because this product is going to contain up to 6 times less than any Dr.Ion product. Here we go, we have a result, 344. We're going to do the next one, which is a Power Balance. Now 344 is less than 600. The number 600 negative ions are what scientists and doctors have agreed upon that stimulates mind power. As you can hear, again, not very many beeps coming from the machine. So not only does the number 600 stimulate mind power, but it helps you get better sleep function, it focuses your core, and it leads to a better night's kind of overall happening. Now here's another reading, 341, almost as half as the last. Now we have a Power Balance bracelet. Again, you hear just not very many clicks coming from the machine. All of these have major endorsements from celebrities, professional athletes, and what we find is that's just what they are, endorsements. They don't actually back up what's coming on. As you can hear again on this, not very many beeps coming out of the ion detector, and that's because there's only 24. And now we're gonna do the Dr.Ion bracelet test. Here we go from the start. Already you can hear how much more clicks are coming from the negative ion reading. That shows that there's already more negative ions being counted for than any of the products combined. You hear that? That's the clicking of the negative ions being counted. It's significantly more than any other product we've tested so far. It's a strong product, emitting 2,382 negative ions. Very impressive. Now here's 2 tests that can show what a Dr.Ion bracelet does. First of all, have a customer and shake out their hands like this. Then you ask them to make an O-ring. Now, the point of this exercise is to test the strength of the O-ring. So one thing to remember is customers are going to have a relative strength. If someone's pulling at a 2, when you go in and you pull on them, make sure that you're not pulling it at a 10. When you make the O, gently apply pressure to separate. Do it slowly. Use 2 fingers. Now, when you're doing this, every customer is going to have a different strength. So be sure not to rip it out and blow it out. Be relative for the customer. You go in there and you're applying the pressure. Next, what I'm going to have you do is take the Dr.Ion bracelet Now when you have them put on the Dr-Ion bracelet, you make sure that they squeeze their hands together. It brings blood into the wrist and matches all the negative ions that flow into it. So have them make the same circle. Repeat the test again, but this time the customer and you will notice that it's much harder to do. They're physically stronger. It's something for a customer to interact and see within your store. So next, have your customers shake out the wrist. And now this is important. Have them take a stance as wide as their shoulders, and when they do this, have them make a fist and place the fist here, strongly at their sides. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull down on their arm. Do you see how quickly that comes away from me? You repeat that for the customer, for them to see. It's a very simple motion. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a Dr-Ion power bracelet. Same scenario. When a customer gets it on, have them push blood into their hand. They're gonna feel the negative ions coming into them. Now you place them at the sides again, and right away you can see the difference. It's much more difficult to pull it down. Now the reason we do these tests is that the Dr-Ion family, we realize that this is an engaging product. This isn't a product that you just set up in the side of your store. You set this next to your cash register. You have your employees wear it. When a customer asks, what is that? You explain to them that electrons are flowing through your body. You feel it in your lungs. At night you had a problem with snoring, no more, because so much oxygen gets to your nose. You're gonna find that when you wear this and are able to speak about a product, customers aren't gonna buy just one. They're gonna buy one for their entire family. You're gonna find it difficult to answer some of your customers' questions. We have an FAQ on our website. That's www.dr-ionUSA.com that is filled with splendid information. You're going to find a wide variety of information about our products that will be able to solve any question a customer brings to you. So be sure to visit our website, www.dr-ionUSA.com.